Hello students, myself Professor Ankur. I welcome everyone for the GATE sum session on analog circuits. Today we are going to solve important sums on the topic of voltage regulator. Let's start with sum session 1 on voltage regulator. So this question is from the GATE 2020 EC paper. Let's have a look at the question. And the question is, in the voltage regulator shown below, so this is a circuitry given to us. Vi is unregulated input at 15 volt. Assume VBE equal to 0.7 volt and base current is negligible for both BJTs. If the regulated output is 9 volt, the value of R2 is dash ohm. Now, if you observe carefully, you can see two transistors where the first transistor is having emitter connected to a Zener voltage of 3.3 volt, which will be a constant value. And for the second transistor, if you can observe, the base of the second transistor is connected to the input point via the R3 resistance of 1 kilo ohm. Also, the base of the second transistor is attached to the collector of the first. The output is at emitter of the second transistor where we are having a potential divider bias by the value R1 and R2, where R1 value is available with us. It is 1 kilo ohm. And the junction point of R1 and R2 is attached to the base of the first transistor. So now if we want to solve and get the value of R2, the first thing is we need to find the voltage of the base for the first transistor. So when we start with the solution, we can write the drop across the R2 resistor is as good as the drop of Zener voltage plus the VBE. So this is as good as the base voltage of the first transistor. So the value of VZ is available with us. It is 3.3 volt and the value of VBE is standard as 0.7 volt. So the value of your VR2 will come as 4 volt. So now we have the voltage across the R2 resistance. This is 4 volt. The top point is VO, which is 9 volt, and the drop across R2 is 4 volt. It is as good as a simple voltage divider where the drop across R2 is the supply of the voltage, that is VO, into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So for the potential divider, the top node is at the VO value. So it will work like a supply voltage for the R1 and R2. So the drop across R2 will be VO into R2 divided by R1 plus R2, and that drop is 4 volt, out of which we know the value of VO, which is actually 9 volt, and the R1 value is 1 kilo ohm, that is 1000. So on substituting the value of VR2 as 4 volt, you get the value of R2 as 800 ohms. So the answer is the value of R2 is 800 ohms. Let's go for the next question. The next question is from the GATE 2019 paper. Let's have a look at the question. And the question is, in the circuit shown, the breakdown voltage and the maximum current of the Zener diode are 20 volt and 60 milliampere respectively. So we have the voltage of Zener, that is going to be 20 volt, and the current, that is going to be 60 milliampere. The value of R1 and RL are 200 ohm and 1 kilo ohm respectively. What is the range of Vi that will maintain the Zener diode in the on state? So now this is a very simple question. Let's go for the solution. So the first step is we know the value of Vz, that will be equal to VL, that will be 20 because that value is given to us. Also we know the value of the output value with respect to VO, that is 20 volt, and we know the value of load resistance, that is 1 kilo ohm. We can get the value of load current as voltage by resistance. So the voltage is 20 and the load resistance is 1000. So the value of current will be 20 milliampere. So we got the value of IL as 20 milliampere. Now also the input current is going to split into two parts, that is the Zener current and the load current. So we are going for the first situation, that if the Zener current is basically taken as 0 because the IZ min value is not available, we can consider the IZ min as 0. In this situation, the load current will become equal to the Zener current. Load current will become equal to the input current. So since the IZ min value is 0, IN will become equal to IL. So the IL value is 20 milliampere. We put IN equal to 20 milliampere. So now we can take the value of Vin as IN into R1 plus Vz. That is your basic KVL to the first loop. So the value of Vi, which is your Vin, is going to be IN into R1 plus the Zener value. So it is going to be 20 milliampere into 200 ohm plus 20. The value will come as 24 volt. So this is the value of Vi. In the second case, if I take the max value of Zener current as 60 milliampere, the input current comes out to be 60 milliampere plus 20 milliampere of the load, which will be 80 milliampere. So the value of your Vin will become IN into R1 plus Vz. So it will be 20 milliampere into 200 plus 20, which gives you 36 volt. So from this, we got the range of the input voltage. The lower value is 24 volt and the higher value is 36 volt. So from the option, the correct answer is answer B. The range of Vi is from 24 volt to 36 volt. Correct answer is answer B, where we have solved this question using two Zener cases. Minimum current of Zener current is going to be 0 and the maximum current of the Zener is 60 milliampere. That is as per the data given. The next question is from the GATE 2018 EC paper. Let's have a look at the question. And the question is from the GATE 2018 EC paper. And the question is, the circuitry shown in the figure is used to provide regulated voltage 5 volt across 1 kilo ohm resistor. Implies the value of your output voltage is going to be 5 volt and the resistance of the load is 1 kilo ohm. Assume that the Zener diode has constant reverse breakdown voltage for a current range starting from minimum required Zener current Iz min equal to 2 milliampere to its maximum allowable current. The input voltage Vi may vary by 5% from its nominal value of 6 volt. The resistance of the diode in the breakdown region is negligible. The value of R and the minimum required power dissipating rating of the diode respectively are. So here we are supposed to find the value of R and as well as the power dissipation rating of the Zener diode. So there are four options given to us. Option A, 186 ohm and 10 milliwatt, 100 ohm and 40 milliwatt, 100 ohm and 10 milliwatt, and last option is 186 ohm and 40 milliwatt. So what we need to understand here is the Zener voltage is given as 5 volt. That will also come across the load and the load value is also available with us, that is 1 kilo ohm. So now when we start with the solution, we can find the value of load current straight away. That will be the value of load voltage by the load resistance. So it will be 5 volt divided by 1000, which will give you 5 milliampere. Also, the Zener minimum current is given as 2 milliampere. So now I can directly take the input current as the addition of the Zener current plus the load current. So it will be 5 milliampere plus 2 milliampere, which will give us 7 milliampere. So we got the value of input current as 7 milliampere. So the input minimum value is 6 volt minus 5% of 6 volt. That will be 5.7 volt. And the maximum value of the input will be 6 volt plus 5% of the value, that will be 6.3 volt. So here what we need to understand that input voltage is going to change from a lower limit to an upper limit, and there is a 5% variation, and that's the reason we got a variation value. So the Vi minimum value will be 5.7 and the Vi maximum value will be 6.3. So now I can take the value of R as Vi minimum minus Vz by In. So now when I put the value of Vi minimum as 5.7, the Vz value as 5 and the input current as 7 milliampere, you will get the value of R as 100 ohms. So this is the value of R, 100 ohms. Now the second thing we need to understand here is if the input rises to 6.3 volt, that is 6 volt plus the 5% addition effect, then it will be the input current 6.3 minus 5 divided by 100, because now we know the value of input, we know the value of Vz and we know the value of R also. So the value of your current will become 6.3 minus 5, that is the potential difference, upon the R value, that is 100. We got the input current as 13 milliampere. So if 13 milliampere is the input current, that is the current coming from the source point, and we know the value of load current as 5 milliampere, so we get the value of Zener current, that is the maximum possible value of Zener current, that will be 8 milliampere. Now the minimum required power dissipation rating of the diode is basically the power dissipation of the diode, that is our Zener diode. So we can take the power dissipation of the Zener as voltage into the maximum current. So that's the reason the value of PZ will be taken as the voltage value VZ into IZ max. So VZ value is 5, IZ max value is 8 milli. So 5 into 840 milliwatt. So this is the minimum rating, power dissipation rating of the Zener diode. So the correct answer for this question is option B, because on calculation we got the value of R as 100 ohm and the power dissipation value came as 40 milliwatt. So answer is answer B.